Hello, sir.
Hello. Ah, magkano yung per pack pag ano niyan, yung pricing ninyo niyan?
For net weight of 100 grams, it will only cost 35 pesos po.
35 pesos. Ilang grams yan?
Grams, 100 grams po, sir.
100 grams. Sa palagay mo, anong mga features ang meron ng pulp crackers na kumbaga advantage siya over those crackers that are already in the market? Ano?
It offers more nutritious content than the traditional crackers po. And it's a plant-based option for, especially for those who are looking for plant-based option snackers.
Okay. So with that 35 pesos na price, competitive ba siya sa ibang?
Yes po. The Bisoto or the other competitors costing 100 pesos or 70 pesos.
Okay.
Opo. Per 100 grams po.
Thank you.
Thank you very much po.
Alright, that was Christy Docdocos from Sorsogon State University with the technology titled Pili Pulp Crackers. Let's now welcome the next technology presenter, Michelle Junio from Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges with the technology Cocoa Squash Technologies.
Hello. Magandang buhay, isang mapagpalang umaga po sa ating lahat. I am Michelle Omeda Junio and I am the innovator of Cocoa Squash Spread. Spreading health, growing livelihoods. Squash and coconut are versatile agricultural commodities, widely cultivated in the Philippines, valued for their nutritional content and economic potential. Squash is rich in vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber, making it an excellent base for healthy food products. Coconut, on the other hand, is often referred to as the tree of life due to its numerous uses, with coconut milk serving as a nutritious and flavorful ingredient in many Filipino dishes. So what will be the problem, or what are the problems? Many parents are experiencing this. They prepared nice and healthy vegetables, but their child look at their plates, frown, and says, "I don't like that." Many kids are fond of eating some foods that is lack of vitamins and minerals, and it resulted to malnutrition. Our farmers do not promote their own local products, and it resulted to negative effects such as the low demand of the local produce and resulted to low income of our farmers. The solution? The Cocoa Squash Spread. It creates solution for parents because it is designed to hide the vegetable in plain sight so kids enjoy the flavor without the idea of eating vegetables. This is healthy and delicious, nutrient-rich alternative that meets the demand for health, taste, and affordability. Strengthen local economy that helping our farmers, ensuring that farming continues to thrive in promoting our own harvest. Cocoa Squash Spread is a nutritious, affordable, and locally made alternative to commercial spreads, blending the natural goodness of squash and coconut to promote health, support farmers, and encourage sustainable living. The competitors are the local commercial spreads, the widely available and trusted, but often high in sugar, salt, and preservatives. Healthy and specialty spreads cater to health-conscious consumers but are relatively expensive and less accessible in regional markets like Bicol. Homemade and some small-scale alternatives. Some households produce traditional spreads but are usually sold in small batches with limited reach, no standardized packaging, and without formulation. Healthy, affordable, and locally produced alternative to traditional commercial spreads. Our product caters to health-conscious individuals and families who seek both taste and wellness in their everyday food choices. Value-added, wholesome choice accessible enough for the average Filipino consumers. For the business model, the value creation, this is a healthy alternative to sugar-heavy spreads that supports local farmers and promotes sustainability. For value delivery, distributed through supermarkets, organic stores, online platforms, and wicked markets. Value capture that revenues from 85 pesos per bottle with growth potential and bundle packs. For the key partnerships, we have here the local farmers, retailers, distributors, and health and wellness communities. For the target customers and revenue for 5 years, so this is the chart showing the revenue and estimated customers of the Cocoy Squash spread for 5 years. The bar golds represents the revenue growth from 3.7 million to 18.6 million. For the line, it represents the customer growth from 43,800 to 219,000. This is already registered under the intellectual property of the Philippines with a certificate of registration under the utility model for the process and the composition. Why do you need to invest us, or why you need to invest in our product? First, this is innovative and healthy. First is squash and coconut spread in market, nutritious and preservative light. High growth potential, Bicol market worth 372 million, projected revenue growth from 3.7 M to 18.6 million in 5 years. Affordable and scalable, 85 pesos per bottle, repeat purchase potential, scalable nationwide. And fourth, sustainable and impactful. Supports local farmers, promotes eco-friendly practices, and responds to rising health-conscious demand. Okay, yours truly, the technology generator, Michelle Lumeda Junio, help us bring this healthy Filipino innovation to every household where we are spreading health, growing livelihoods. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to Professor Michelle Junio of Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges with the technology Cocoa Squash Technologies. We'll now proceed with the evaluation.
Hello. Doon sa present mo kanina, di ba millions lumalabas na projected revenue, no? Okay, parang pang-contractor na, no? Kasi millions. Ano yung mga assumptions nyo? Ano yung mga assumptions nyo doon sa, ano yan? Doon sa projected revenue ninyo?
For the projected revenue po, for the 85 pesos per bottle, if every po na per person may buy the 85 pesos per bottle, so I computed for the total revenue of the product and the estimated population in the Nabwa, Camarines Sur po. So, from the first year of the revenue of the Cocoy Squash spread, so nag-start po siya from 5 million in 1 year, and then up to 18.7 billion po in a year.
Population nyo tinignan?
Yes po, population of Nabua po.
Considering na lahat sila
Yes po.
bibili, magkukonsume.
Estimated, sir.
Okay. How do you plan to promote this market? Paano nyo ipopromote sa market?
Okay. So in promoting the coca squash spread, I will going to use the social media like TikTok, Facebook, and even in Lazada and Shopee. And I am also promoting this product through the pasalubong centers here in Bicol region, specifically po in Nabua, because I observed that in Nabua there are, kumbaga po, wala masyadong products na pag sinabing Nabua, ano siya, parang I am aiming that kapag sinabing coco squash spread, ano yan, rinconada or Nabua.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Miss Michelle, right? My first question would be, sabi nyo sa unique selling proposition nyo, it's a healthy alternative, right? And then I looked into your nutrition facts. Tapos, nandun, 25 grams, basically, yung carbohydrates. And then, 25 grams, which is 21%, total fat of 3%, and technically zero on any vitamins at all. So I'm curious lang on how it became a healthy alternative. Or is it not updated? Tama ba?
Actually, ma'am, ongoing pa po yung ibang test po niyan. So, yun po yung pinaka-first na test po namin for the
Okay.
carbohydrates and the total fats and even the five. Three lang po, ma'am, yung na test po for the laboratory. Pero ongoing pa po, ma'am, yung ibang test.
I
Kumbaga,
see.
yung priority lang po namin, ma'am, is the possible content of the product.
Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, the reason why you call it a healthy alternative is because the 25 grams of carbohydrates, kung baga, is for every 4 tablespoon of a jam similar
Yes.
to this,
Yes.
is mas konti. Tama ba ako? Is that your... Mas konti kumpara sa coco jam or anything? Yun ba yung naging basis nyo?
Actually, ma'am, that is 50 grams. So in every 25 grams of
Okay.
of the product. So ibig sabihin po, kapag we are consuming at least for in 1 week at least 2 or 3, so I think the total nutrient content po will po.
Okay. So, okay. Sige, I get it. Tapos yung isa ko pang tanong, sorry. You mentioned the SRP, which is yung gross na kita, 85 pesos per bottle,
yes.
right? Okay. I also saw na ano naman yung figures mo doon. Ang tanong ko is, magkano yung cost of production nyo per bottle?
Yung 85 pesos, ma'am, is the 40% markup na po siya, ma'am. So, ang pinaka total cost po niya is, I think, 65 or...
Okay, ganun, roughly.
Yes po.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin, you're saying that the 85 pesos is already net income.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Net profit, rather. Net
Yeah.
profit siya per bottle.
Yes po.
So, sorry just to make sure I'm right with my numbers. So, 85 pesos is yung kita na. Therefore, you are selling it at?
Actually, ma'am, yung 85 pesos po, ma'am, kasama na po, ma'am, yung 40% na markup doon sa product po.
Okay, okay. So, ibig sabihin, yung project ninyong income dito is gross.
Yes po, yes po.
Okay, that's why it's inflated.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you give me the rough figures na hindi inflated? At the top of your head lang. So, roughly around 40% of that, tama?
Opo.
Okay, sige. Okay. And I think yun lang naman. If my recommendation ako would be, kung hindi pa final yung nutritional facts nyo,
Yes po.
wag nyong ilalagay muna. Kasi I think this will be, imbis na mapabuti kayo, baka ma-confuse yung buyer nyo. And the weirdest part for me kasi I'm very conscious with calories is naka-zero calorie siya.
Yes po.
So, syempre, kung bibili ako, parang medyo, yun ang iisipin ko, only to find out, oh, that's impossible, di ba? Kasi sugar, at the end of the day, may carb siya. Tapos, yeah, I think, but kudos on, you know, doing the pitch smoothly and being able to show us the numbers as much as possible. But I would recommend that you show net figures
Yes.
so that if you're looking for an investor, you can show us na lang the profit margin. Pag nalaman na namin na 40% yung markup, iisipin na lang namin kung magkano yung capital na kailangan.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're looking for capital right now, how much do you need?
Without the other equipment po, ma'am. So, maybe 800,000 or more po.
So what will be my payback period kapag binigyan kita ng 800,000?
Yes.
Payback period. Gaano katagal ko kaya mababawi yung 800,000 ko?
In a year, ma'am.
In a year.
Yes, po.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Hi, Ma'am Mitch.
Hi, ma'am.
Michelle,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes po.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, gusto kitang i-appreciate yung packaging and labeling ng inyong produkto. Ano po, pero meron pa tayong mai-improve, lalong-lalo na sa label. Especially, dapat yung Nutri-Facts should be readable and clear. Kasi kanina, kung tinitignan namin, talagang dikit na sa mata namin kung tignan namin siya. So, ma'am, isa pa sa napansin ko dyan sa label nyo, walang expiry date. So, what's the shelf life of your product po?
Actually, sir, ongoing pa po yung shelf life analysis of the product, but we do the observation in room temperature. It lasts for 3 months, and in the chiller po, it's 6 months po.
All right, ma'am. At least nasa process na pala yung analysis ng
Yes,
produkto.
sir.
Okay, ma'am. And another one, ma'am, dapat maging consistent tayo, especially sa itsura ng ating produkto. Kasi napansin ko, yung actual product na binigay nyo dito sa amin is yung cover ay gold at yung nakikita ko sa screen ay white. So ano talaga yung nilalabas nyo or ilalabas
Yes, sir.
nyo?
Yes po.
Ano po?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Noted
thank you.
po.
Ayan, so ako naman ma'am, at least mas clear ngayon, yung call for action mo, you need parang investors or why we should invest to your technology. So yung tanong ko lang ma'am, of course, we want this to become investor-friendly, yung inyong pinopropose na technology or solution. Meron po kayo tayo yung sa scale, yung sa readiness, investment readiness level. If isi-self-assess, isi-self-rate mo siya, yung ating, parang yung scaling natin na 1 to 9, siguro it's also good na sa bawat tech pitch, meron din tayo nung technology level and then the investment readiness level. Like if I will ask you, ano po yung investment readiness level nitong Coco Squash Bread? Yung scale na 1 to 9. So could you self-assess din muna yung, or ano po yung process nyo sa CSPC? Nasa ano na to ma'am? Pre-commercialization to commercialization na stage. Yun po, yung sa investment readiness, yung sa scale na 1 to 9.
Apo.
So nasa anong stage po kaya ito ngayon?
Siguro sir, nasa 5 po. Actually, we have a meeting na po with the community. So, naghanap po kami ng possible na maging, namin partner or, para makapag-produce po nitong
Okay.
Coco Squash Spread. And we're just waiting po for the other test of the product and also for kung sino man po makapagbigay ng fund for the product
Okay.
po.
Kasi yung sa investment readiness level 5, ma'am, ibig sabihin somehow meron na kayong early stage revenue na nakukuha dito. And mas okay din kung yung property po to ng school or kayo mismo, kanino po nakaregister yung ownership nito?
This is funded po from our research office po. But, I am the technology generator and possible po sir na we are sharing po partnership
Oo.
with the CSPC po.
Kasi dito ma'am sa nakalagay talaga very defined siguro yung initials nyo, no? So I
Yes,
thought
yes,
sa
sir.
kumbaga eventually baka ikaw din yung or sa school siya.
Ngayon sir, wala pa po kami. Though ang fund po ay from CSPC po, pero yung yung kumbaga yung technology is ako po yung mismong nag-generate po. So we are just working po for the partnership with CSPC and the other community po.
Okay, sige ma'am. Kasi of course, there are different pathways to commercialize it. Ano? So it will depend doon sa inyong existing na policy. If you'll be allowed to eventually magtayo, establish your own spin-off company or nasa pangalan siya ng school. Pero of course, sabi ko, it's good to know, ma'am, na meron na kayong na-secure na IP protection through a utility model,
Yes, sir.
At least, very, kumbaga, yung awareness at saka yung sa mga sa academe kasi, so, at least before nyong dito, protected na po yung proposed technology nyo.
Yes.
And siguro ako, interesado ako dun sana sa formulation. Hindi mo siya pwedeng i-reveal dito. Pero yung coco and squash, mas lamang na lamang po yung coco. I mean, can you guess a rough, nung yung blend, yung mixture lang, ilan yung coco, ilan yung sa squash?
So yung
puree?
proportion po niya
Proportion,
is
for-
1:1, 1 cup for the coca squash and 1 cup for the coconut milk.
In terms of volume or weight, ibig sabihin, ilang yun? Para ma-project ko mas marami.
Yes po.
Like ilang grams or ilang yun?
Say 1:1, sir. If what is the the proportion of the squash, same din po yung proportion niya doon sa coconut milk po.
So far, ito po yun, na wala pa ba
Yes.
kayong nilaro?
Yes
Yun na
po.
yung napag-aralan niyo na 1:1 yung pinaka-okay na blend
Yes.
or mixture?
Actually,
or
yes,
we're still
sir.
so working with
Apo.
other, po?
Apo.
Okay. Okay na ma'am. Salamat po.
Thank you so much po.
At least yung mga assumptions lang din, yung question din na Doc Lester kanina.
Yes po.
Kasi of course, when we propose, we're trying to be very positive and optimistic doon. Pero hopefully po, syempre kapag i-implement na yun or execute, it would require hard work, of course, para ma-reach natin yung ganyang kalaking target, sales natin, or at least yung quota for the product. Sige po. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you very much to Professor Michelle Junio. That was Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges with their technology, Coco Squash Technologies. We'll have one last presentation for the morning sessions before we wrap it up. Please all welcome Professor Maria Crescia C. Banyares from Bicol University with the technology, Pili Daily.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Imagine a day where we could all enjoy the delicious creaminess of milk that doesn't come from cows, but it comes from a superfood we all know to be found here in the Bicol region, from the pili nut. Good morning, everyone. I am Crest Banyares, and I am one of the technology developers of what we call Pili Daily, or the plant-based dairy made from pili nuts. There. I feel like I have a superpower. Next. So currently, the dairy industry is facing a lot of scrutiny because it has a very negative impact on our planet. From greenhouse gas emission to the use of the overuse of land. So there's a lot of scrutiny. However, on the other hand, the plant-based industry in the global market is booming. And this is because consumers now are aware of the the benefits of consuming plant-based dairy. They have become more concerned about the environment and our planet. And so the industry, the plant-based dairy industry, is actually booming. And the almond, oat, and soy milk or dairy products are taking the lead. Now, here in the Philippines, specifically here in the Bicol region, we have a superfood that remains untapped in joining this global industry, and that is the pili nut. We have yet to make it into a plant-based dairy products, and this is where our startup comes in. The pili nut, as we all know, is a really nutritious superfood. For the longest time, we've used it as an additive to pastries. We make it into candies. There have been instances where we use it for cosmetics and even for medicine. But we have yet to explore for it to be used as a dairy product. And so, my friends, I introduce to you Pili Daily. This is our product, and it is a line of products including milk, variations of cheese, and yogurt, mayonnaise, and recently our students also developed kefir. We're going around the room so that you can test the product itself. We made some from milk, and we mixed some as a shake, mango shake, so please enjoy it. The product is currently patent pending, and there's a lot of potential here. And I am here today to invite you to be one of our investors, because investing in Pili Daily means that you are investing not only in putting the Pili Nut, our own product, on the map, but also responding to a global issue, to an environmental issue. I ask you, dear friends, if you are interested in investing in our startup, you are capitalizing on a rapidly growing global market trend. So yes, please invest in us. We are a team of food technologists, food scientists, and also business developers. And these are the products that we have recently developed, including the Pili milk, the Pili mayonnaise, and spreadable cheese. These are all patent pending, so yes, we do have protection and we are ready for commercialization. Currently, the products are undergoing pre-commercialization research development, and as of today, we are ready for your investment. So my dear friends, I invite you, invest in the future of the Bicol region, invest in the future of the Pili Nut through Pili Daily. Thank you and good day.
Thank you very much, Professor Maria Crescia Banyares of Bicol University. Will now proceed with the evaluation.
Hello. Good morning, Ma'am.
Good morning po.
Correct. Na-appreciate ko yan, Ma'am, na packaging or the layout of your label. Question ko, Ma'am, meron na po kayong ginagawa for the IPO application?
Yes po. They're all patent pending. The Pili milk is applied for invention. Since all the other products are based on the Pili milk, they're applied for utility model. The cheese and all the other types of cheese are applied for utility model.
How about the Pili Daily?
The Pili Daily is the name of the startup. We also applied it for trademarks.
Okay, ma'am. At least you have plan.
Hi, Crescia.
Hello po.
Hello. All right. So, okay, my question would be, first of all, kudos, because the confidence level is that high, you know. And I see the USP that you are pushing for on this one. Now, my question is, I think, the usual question asked, but I want to know, how would you sustain this, knowing that hindi naman unlimited yung supply ng pili, diba, sa Bicol? And if ever that you have plans to scale this up, how are you going to make sure you have enough supply of pili? What plans do you have?
Okay. I'm not very familiar with how the supply works here in the Bicol region, but I do understand that there's a limited supply of pili already amongst producers. But what I will base my answer from is what I learned from another pili technology developer, the guy who developed the resin for airplanes. They apparently have a huge farm, but they only ever harvest the resin, meaning they have no use for the pili nut itself. So perhaps we can partner with big farms like them so that we can scale our production. If I may also add, presently one of our team members conducted evaluation for the product, and it's valued at 5 million pesos, but only for the production of 40 liters per day. And the coverage of that is only here in Legazpi City. So you can imagine that valued at 5 million only for the distribution here in Legazpi and only to produce 40 liters per day. If we scale it up to something more global or something more national, the potential is immense. And I hope that, friends, you can see the potential of us turning something like this, the pili nut that we have always known as candies, as pastries, into a product that can be known globally and accepted globally.
All All right, thank you for that. My other question is, I was waiting for you to mention numbers. Ayan. So, I think okay, firstly, walk me through how you go about pricing this one. And then, ano ba siya, per liter of extracted?
po.
Okay, sige, go ahead.
Per liter,
Cost,
kasi
and then
we
margin.
want to distribute it in the groceries together with the other plant-based milk products. So it's the cost of producing the pili milk itself is 140 pesos per liter because that's priced on what we get the pili is for I think 600 to 700 kilos plus all the other things that we input. So it's the cost is around 140 pesos. So we're planning to sell it between 220 to 250. So that's comparable to the other plant-based milk in the market right now compared to
okay.
soy, almond, or even oat milk.
Okay, so 220? Okay, just give me a moment here. All right, so as much as I'm happy to hear that you have the numbers, I'm an oat milk girl, 1 liter, okay, oat side, and then almond breeze girl. So right now, the price that they have at 1 liter, naka Tetra Pak na box
Yes,
yan,
yes.
they're ranging around 150 to 178. So how do you plan on lowering your, per liter?
We computed the cost based on the manual production. So
Okay.
if we scale, if we make the production bigger, we can definitely lower the cost.
Okay.
And that's why I'm here today, so that eventually, hopefully, someone would want to invest in us.
Okay.
We can scale production.
Okay, how would you scale your production?
That
I'm
would-
getting deeper into it
That
to
would
make
mean
it happen.
mechanizing the production process. For now, it's very manual.
Manual,
Like
okay.
we cook it, we have to peel the nuts ourselves by hand, and we have to cook it over a stove. So that is how we computed the price. But if we scale and if we mechanize the production process, I
Okay.
think that the price could be lowered.
Okay,
Would
so-
definitely be lowered.
Gotcha. So how much do you need to mechanize?
For that scale, we would need a lot of equipment. So the investment initially for the valuation that we did for only distribution here in Legazpi City to begin, we would probably need around 3 to 5 million pesos
All right.
to buy the equipment, to get the setup and all that. That's what we would need.
All right. So, thank you for answering all my questions. What I would recommend na lang is hopefully next time someone would ask about the numbers, ilangan nyo. If the USP is very strong, then have it at the top of your head and then make sure that you know where the money should go.
Okay.
Yeah, okay?
Noted.
So, kasi ang sunod ko na itatanong is anong technology yung kailangan, yung pang peel ba, which is kay Sir Dom's the expertise na yun. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Ayan, so magandang tanghali na mama, no? Sa akin na Ma'am Cres, at is patent pending, meaning 2 years ago or this year po kayo na-apply, na-file.
It was applied last year.
Last year po,
Yes.
ano? Kasi I think there are also some na nagpo-produce ng pili milk. I'm not sure if it's DA or nakitie up sa isang...
Yes,
oo. So yun po. So hindi ko rin alam kung ano yung status nila, kung sinong nauna sa inyo or may konting variation doon sa
According to the
formulation.
IPMD, it's us so far. But at
Kayo
the
ba
time
yung
that we applied, no one else has applied yet.
Okay, sige ma'am. Kasi yung sa process kasi, like sa tanong, nag-a-apply po kayo dito ng heat treatment like dun sa pasteurization. Kasi milk po ito,
Yes,
ano?
yes po.
So medyo mas sensitive din
Yes
ito.
po.
Especially
Yes
if gagamitin siya sa feeding. Kasi ang
Yes
mga
po.
bata natin sa DepEd, sa Mahawa, no? Meron din silang milk feeding. So, yung production, right now, it's very manual. Pero we really to secure yung mga necessary na mga LTO, and then yung milk, as a milk na, lalo na kung ang pwede din to sa mga school children, do we intend yung mga school children as market din talaga nito? Or more on adult?
As of now, we really want to market it as in the same way that oat milk and almond milk is marketed. So if we limit our production to only 40 liters per day, it could be that we distribute in the groceries or even partner with local cafes, because we've tried this with coffee and it tastes really good. So there's a possibility that not only do we distribute it in the groceries, but we can also partner with local cafes so that they can use it instead of oat milk.
Okay, sige ma'am. So siguro, the same question ko lang din po to sa lahat, no? Para yung iba din. So I'm actually interested siguro sa mga nagpipit sa susunod, ma'am, no? More on yung sa TRL level and then sa investment readiness level. If we can also at least self-assess or self-rate para at least sa part ng mga ano mas alam din natin yung stage of development ng technology. So in terms of investment readiness, ma'am, nasa anong stage po kaya itong ating Pili Daily?
I would say that in a few months, we would be ready to provide an actual figure of what we would need, because currently this is being studied under pre-commercialization. So we're developing the valuation for large-scale production, a market study, and also a business plan development, so that we're also ready for the FOB.
Yes po. Kasi yung scaling up din kasi depende sa ilang liters na kayang ma-produce. Kung small scale muna kayo or medium scale, medyo mahal din kasi yung mga machine, ano? Especially kung meron na kayong fortification na mag-add pa kayo ng mga additional mga vitamins or na para mas maging healthy yung So yun po, siguro yun yung sa scaling up ng technology. But of course, maganda rin to, especially una talaga natin yung pili as, di ba sir, sa DTI, and mino-work out natin as a geographic indicator for the whole of Bicol. So napakarami pang pwedeng ma-develop na product out of our homegrown or endemic talaga na pili tree. Yun lang ma'am, thank you po. Hopefully
you po.
mag-succeed further.
Hi, Sir
Okay.
Les.
Ma'am Chris, kanina nagtatanong ako nung yung 1 kilo ba ng pili kernel, gaano kadaming milk ang napoproduce, Kasi ang concern ko ganito, many times kung nakasama sa meeting yung mga nasa business ng pili confectionaries, at palaging sinasabi nila na kinukulang sila sa raw materials.
Yes.
Okay, so eto, kapag nag-boom siya, baka malaking competition sa kanila sa paggamit ng raw materials. So, masustain kayo yung volume na kinakailangan. Let's say may magpuproduce ka rin yan. Makukuha mo kaya yung volume ng raw materials na kinakailangan mo para maabot mo yung target mo for the business.
I really like to take inspiration from the guy who developed the pili resin, because there was a huge demand for the product that he developed, and he had a global market to sell that to. I believe that the same thing for the Pili Daily. And so in the same manner, we want to do what he does, what he did, and that is he invested in a farm that would allow them the supply that they needed to produce the demand, to produce the products demanded from them. So in the same way, I think that eventually we would want to ask not only for investment in the production of the Pili milk itself, but also to ensure the sustainability of the raw materials. And so that means that perhaps we could also acquire funding to develop a farm like that, so that we would be able to sustain the business.
Thank you. How about yung mga sa health concerns? May mga test na ba siya? Let's say allergen, kung meron mo?
As to the allergen, wala pa po, sir. But we've meron na po siyang nutrition value na isinabit namin through the UST, and na-release naman po yung pinakita ko po kanina. Yun pa lang po, sir. Not the allergen yet.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, ma'am. Sorry, another question from me, ma'am. Kasi habang nagsasalita si Sir Dom, may question na akong naalala or na-concept was, especially nung iniinom ko yung Pili milk. So, very simple lang naman, who are really the target market for your product, especially the Pili milk?
It would have to be the plant-based eaters. The same market that soy milk, almond milk, and oat milk targets. That's why while the suggestion of Sir Dom's is really good to offer this as a feeding, a product for feeding programs for children, we really want to position the product in the same way that oat milk, almond milk, and soy milk are sold. So the same market that they sell their products to, we want to sell our products to them as well.
Sorry, another question from my side. Last na, promise. Ayan. I just realized something kasi you mentioned about, tama yung tanong ni Sir Narvaez, si Sir Les, na gaano karaming pili ang kailangan nyo. So, as Pili Daily, di ba, si Pili Daily is yung pinaka-startup. So, don't you make money also from the waste?
We haven't figured out that yet, but we produce a lot of waste. The testa, actually the technology that we need is how we separate the testa quicker than mano-mano from the kernel itself. That's the difficult part of the process. But we haven't figured out yet what technology can be further developed from the testa of the peeling nut.
Okay.
Like the waste that we produce.
Gotcha. So I think if you're looking to really explore and really work on this because the brand itself is promising, I would recommend you already explore on how you cater to the waste. Either you sell them already to whoever para magkapera na kayo, yung ganong effect. Or yung isa pa is, prepare nyo siya for export.
Yes, yes.
Export. Kasi kung rare or kokonte yung supply, locally, sayang dito.
Yes.
So might as well prepare it for something exportable. Yeah, yun lang. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much to Professor Maria Crescia Banyares of Bicol University with the technology Pili Daily. We'll have one last pitch before we conclude the morning session. So we welcome Professor Julieta Casaul of the Central Bicol State University of Agriculture with the technology Cocoa Water.
Pinoy ka ba? Lalo naman, Bicolano ka ba? Pero bakit hindi mo alam na sa bawat kopra na pinaprocess natin or simpleng gata na ginagamit sa bahay, meron tayong tinatapon na 300 ml na coconut water na siyang kailangan ng ating katawan. Ang inyong lingkod, Julieta Casaul, para sa village level pasteurized coconut water blend. Billions of coconut water are being wasted yearly. This could have been a source of potential income for our farmers, a healthy beverage for all of us, and a community business for all. That's why we give you our pasteurized coconut water. We upcycle this waste into an isotonic drink. Alam nyo ba ang isotonic drink? That's exactly the same water that we have in our bodies. Then, it is empowering the village for fair profits. Galing sa magniniyog ang niyog at papunta din sa kanila ang tubo. This technology processes coconuts at source. It's designed to be built at the heart of the community, kung saan nandoon ang niyog at ang tropical flavors. What have we done? What is our uniqueness? Our technology has a simple, fast payback and inclusive of operations for only 3.5 years. Then the process is God sensitive. We have tested na even the 85-year-old grandmother kaya niyang paandarin ang aming technology, even at the extraction stage. The tropical blends can be gathered or planted within the community, kahit saang dako ng Pilipinas. And then, since it is a rural supply chain, it promotes a social enterprise. Lahat makikinabang sa ating technology. Our target market, nako, inumin yan. So therefore, we have a great market equivalent to 106 billion that is already for a specialty beverage, natural beverage, excluding those artificial ones. Then, we considered the Southern Luzon for our sum, which is only 8.18 billion. And for our sum, we only have this 0.1% of the sum. It's still big, 8.18 million. That is enough for a cooperative to reach or even for an MSME. This is our business model. So for if you are the processor, we can gain profit for every branded coconut water blend sales. And also, for CBSUA, we can offer this village-level formulation and process to coconut startups. We are assured that after we transfer the technology, our group can have the after-sales service, this training, and we already have the good manufacturing practices manual that is available for all adopters. Then, the product is processed with a facility having an FDA license to operate certificate. Our roadmap and traction, please know na isang dekada na yung technology namin. From a simple to blends, then we have already determined all the necessary properties of our coconut water. We have exhaustively made a market study for this. That's why, meet our team. I am a food scientist by profession who have dedicated 10 years of my research activities for the coconut water blend with a food engineer and a sales and marketing specialist. These are the benefits that our buyers could have from our products. That's why we ask, especially the boss of the CFID, maglaan na tayo ng pondo for this coconut water facility. So contact us if you want the technology. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Casaul. Let's now proceed with the evaluation.
Hello. Hi, Ma'am Juliet. Tama,
Good
ma'am?
morning, Sir Jerome.
Actually, I've already tried your product sa baba kanina na po, ma'am, and ang dami ko nang na-raise na question sa inyo po, especially the expiry date. Tama, ma'am? The expiration date
Yes,
or
yes,
the
yes.
shelf life. So, ang question ko na, ma'am, how does the innovation, your innovation, align with the current industry trends and market demands?
Sir, for this, we actually on our next activity is really the extension of the shelf life of the product by using the thermally resistant packaging. And then we're also hoping for eventually to turn this into powder ready to be diluted using either the spray drying method or the freeze drying method in order to have a wider scope of distribution.
Yung question, ma'am, how this innovation align with the current industry trends and market demands?
Our innovations are because the current industry, when we take a look at the cocoa water on the market, they are somehow they are all imported and reformulated. So nawawala yung natural nature of the product. And we know for a fact that nowadays we have lots of diabetics, we have lots of Filipinos suffering from high blood pressure. With this beverage, we can meet their demands by supplying an isotonic drink. So, wala siyang artificial ingredients. The mineral content is actually the same as that of the body. So, kumbaga po, sa term natin in Bicol, hindi napapasma yung tao. And even if, since we need, like for example, 8 glasses of water every day, ang tawag nga namin dito, sir, is the natural dextrose. And also will eliminate yung paghihirap ng ating liver and kidney in eliminating all the artificial colors, flavors, and ingredients. So our product is 100% natural, and then an isotonic drink, or rather isotonic beverage.
Thank you, Professor, for answering the questions. From my side, I have a couple of questions, but the first one is about the last item you mentioned, that everything is natural, right? So when you say everything is natural, ang naturalesa kasi po, di ba, ng buko juice is, kung natural siya, ilang araw lang mapapanis siya. Tama po. So, that means it happens there. Am I correct? Ibig sabihin, I can expect that ito po is mapapanis siya in 1 to 2 days kapag hindi ko ni-refrigerate. Tama po? Okay. So, ibig po sabihin, eventually, it will no longer be natural. Tama po. Okay, sige. All right. Okay, I'll go to my questions now. Thank you. Okay, so the first one is, as usual, my numbers question would be, how much are you currently producing this? At what cost? Ano yung volume po? And then, magkano nyo siya binibenta? Go ahead.
As of now, ma'am, that if we consider the farm gate price of the coconut, we can produce that at 25 pesos, and we're selling that at 45 pesos.
Okay, so for every 500 ml po, no? Tama?
350, ma'am.
Ah.
Sorry for the label.
Okay,
Kasi
ayun, ayun. So,
nawalan ng
350.
ano po yung ano,
Okay,
nawalan
okay,
ng
okay.
packaging materials yung for
Okay.
500. Sorry for that.
It's okay. Okay, so 25 pesos per 350 ml, and you're selling it for 40.
45 pesos.
45 pesos. Okay, okay, I get it. Okay, so ibig sabihin po, lumalabas, kasi yung mga coconut juice na nasa harap, for example, ng Yashano Mall o kung saan-saan, is already at 40 pesos. Fresh buko juice yun. So ibig nyo po sabihin, parang, kumbaga, sa isang buko, mga dalawa.
Sa isang buko, ma'am, we can only get one 350 ml bottled water.
Okay.
Yes, po. Ma'am, it's not a buko, it's a matured nuts because the buko
Good. That's
has
it.
this sugar content which is not good
Okay.
for diabetics.
Okay, so pasteurized yun sa inyo.
Matured nuts, it's
Okay.
actually this waste that we convert or upcycle
Okay.
into an
good.
isotonic drink. So it has this upcycling, sustainability, and inclusivity for the business.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, my next question will be, what is your plan? For example, mabigay yung 1.5 million capitalization. It says there na operation po, ano? Operational, ano? Kasi may technology na kayo, tama po?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay, so ano pong gagawin dun sa 1.5?
For this technology, ma'am, the entire processing equipment is only 1.2 million. So that means we can have it from dehusking down to pasteurization. And it's already mechanized for the pasteurization part. Also, it is gender friendly. And then the 300,000 will be kumbaga po, working capital.
Okay.
For the, I think, 3 cycles.
Okay.
For the next 3 months, kasi po yun ang hinihingi ng project kasi mahirap din magsimula na hindi kasali yung working capital for the project cost.
Okay. And the payback for that will be 3.5 years.
Yes, ma'am. Ang consideration namin doon is because we cannot really assure that we can have this farm gate price for the coconut. So like for example, if we can only get from the market, so meron po kaming, kumbaga, contingency doon sa ano. Kaya maximum yung aming payback period. But if we will maximize things out, we can have at least 1.5 years po for the payback.
Okay. All right.
Our computation here is, because we tested already the scalability of the technology in Cam Norte and in Eastern Samar, so we produced for one production that is 2,000 bottles, so equivalent to 2,000 nuts. These cooperatives are already producing VCO. So we just captured the coconut water.
The waste, basically.
Yes, their waste, and then converted it into this isotonic beverage. So, ang ano namin, it is highly replicable for the community.
Okay.
So walang engineer po doon, unlike for the giant companies that they really have an engineer, a food scientist. Our technology really is highly adaptable po.
I
So
see.
they just have an, kumbaga po, nag-TESDA, but they can operate everything.
Okay, thank you. All right, so thank you for exploring the technology behind it, which leads me to my next question, which is actually on, sino bali po yung target market nyo? Kasi lumalabas, kung natural siya and whatnot, so ibig sabihin po may hangganan lang, di ba? And that the pressure is on making sure that it is sold out before it is even expired. So, knowing na mag-invest ako, for example, na 1.5M, how are you going to make sure na mabebenta nyo yung mga mapoproduce nyo? What are your plans in terms of, I already saw of course, the packaging, babaguhin. Pero how different is this against other energy drinks? Of course, I mean, gets ko na natural, etc. But how are you going to market that through the packaging or whatever? Go ahead.
Our market studies shows that those persons, especially ma'am yung mga nag-zumba, then the joggers. They have this group, big groups in every town. And then, doon din po sa mga sports enthusiasts. Because we do have this uniqueness of the product because it does not shoot up your sugar, unlike the energy drinks. So
I
it is really isotonic. So kumaga po, nagde-dextrose ka na natural lang, suwabe lang.
I see.
So hindi siya yung parang magugulat yung system mo
Oo.
na, oops, ang taas na ng sugar ko.
I see.
Itong sa amin po, suwabe ang dating, natural. So, ini-energize ka niya in nature's way of doing it.
Okay.
So yun ang aming proposition. And we can have even, because I am also involved in a dairy industry that is pasteurized, so we know the distribution like before, we do have even, kumaga po, pwede naman institutional market because during our exhibits, there are offices ordering from us.
Okay.
Like they want 6 flavor in a box to be delivered in their office so that we can protect the property of our coconut water in such a way na meron kaming cold chain in the process.
I
Just
see.
like the pasteurized coconut, just like the pasteurized milk of our dairy cooperative. I'm involved in that dairy cooperative since 2006. So we know the thing, how to distribute to the entire region po.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin po, yung market nyo is region.
Yes ma'am.
Okay. But if you're looking at, scaling up, I would recommend po na yung capital ninyo 1.5M operations and the machine itself, I think it would be viable for you to actually invest into marketing. Para yung tawag dito, yung knowledge ng tao about the drink is actually utilized. Kasi feeling ko po, mabenta man siya sa certain region, baka dahil, parang hindi siya ma-highlight, masasayang yung USP. Apart from the fact na wala pa po siyang nutritional value. So, I think yun lang. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you so much ma'am for that recommendation.
Ayan. So, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
I
afternoon
think clear naman po yung hinihingi niyo sa amin, sa yung pinipitch niyo po. In terms of, ma'am, in terms of, do sa coconut water, hindi ko alam kung itong blend po natin, in-apply po natin siya for IP registration or there's a plan or meron na kasi mga existing. In terms of, applying for a registration ng product mismo, may pending po tayo or we have plans to?
So our technology is already protected by utility model. Then the processing area is FDA LTO license. And the next step talaga, sir, is the certificate of product registration.
Meron na po ito, ma'am, na file or na grant na din na
For now po, wala pa pong CPR.
pero yung ma'am, yung
Utility
mismong
model.
registration or utility model.
Yes po, granted na po, sir, last 2023.
Ay, okay, very
Yes
good.
po, we still
So
have-
basically, ma'am, yung method of production ng cocoa water blend, yun po yung natin, opo. So other than, ma'am, dito sa carrot juice, may ibang blend pa po tayo na
sir.
tinatry.
Yes po, sir. So
Ito po,
these are the
yan.
blends that we do have at present. Calamansi, then we have the pandan, cucumber, mint, watermelon, then carrots and glutamate. Then when we went to Labocam Norte, they have lots of pineapple. So we immediately formulated the pineapple for them. So this technology is highly flexible. So that means kung ano po yung tropical fruit na galing doon sa community, we can immediately have it studied. And then shelf life na lang po, sir, yung nagkakaiba dito. Apo. And a
Okay.
little study on the concentration.
In terms of sa formulation, ilang percent po yung coconut water doon sa fruit extract or yung hinahalo natin na blend?
Yung pinakamataas dito, sir, is only 20%.
Ay, yung sa fruit, mama, so
Apo,
80% to 90% yung coconut water. So 10 to 20 yung itong
80
mga
po,
fruit.
yes po, sir. Then, the lowest really is on the calamansi.
Okay. Naging curious lang ako, ma'am, dun sa village level. So, kaya siya nilagyan dito ng village level kasi may target tayo na ilang liters per day ba na ma-produce or dahil community-based yung Kumbaga, why is the need for maglagay po tayo ng village level doon sa name mismo ng technology?
Ay, sorry.
Dahil may target din tayo, ma'am, na parang ilang liters per day ba or per week or per month Bakit po yung inclusion ng village level na term doon sa
Yung
technology
village level
ni-
kasi, sir, before, the pasteurizer is not adaptable to the village community. Napakahaba ng clean in place. That it's 20 hours. Then it cannot be situated or located doon sa community nila. But this one, the low-cost continuous flow pasteurizer developed by Philmec, which our product is using, madali siyang dalhin. So napakaliit lang na pasteurizer. Then it can be readily established doon sa komunidad ng mga magniniyog.
Anyway,
So that's
sige, ma'am.
why we have this
Opo.
village. Because we want our product to be differentiated from that of the multinational companies, which
Kasi
they
marami
really
din.
formulated, they are putting some sugar in it, and then may mga artificial preservatives, and they really change the natural freshness of the product. So that is our competitive edge over those in the market.
Okay, sige ma'am. So siguro we can also include, kasi pag ang nag-retain sa utak ko pag village level, yung production talaga, kung
Yes po,
ilang
yes po,
liters,
sir.
so siguro we can also, yung sinasabi niyo po na technology, at least ilan yung maximum, yung optimized capacity noon.
Yes po.
Just magkaroon po tayo ng ano. And I think yung sabi niyo ma'am, tama din, especially dun sa mga gumagawa ng BCO, yung marami din silang waste as coconut water. And I think for Albay, meron din po tayo dito na malaking company na gumagawa ng BCO.
Sila,
meron
sir.
din, opo. So baka tingnan po natin yung alignment with ano din yung mga byproduct na pwede pang ma-utilize nila. Kung habawa ito po, willing din sila na i-adapt or tingnan as additional portfolio nung pwedeng ma-offer ng company. Yun lang ma'am, thank you po.
Well noted, sir.
Hello, ma'am. May identified na po ba kayo na, let's say, degree of maturity ng coconut na pagkukuhanan nyo ng water para dun sa taste?
Pardon po.
Yung kwan po,
Pardon,
yung yan na yan, yung degree ng maturity po ng coconut na pagkukuhanan nyo ng water, mayroon na ba kayong identified? Kasi ang alam ko yung flavor niya, nagbabago siya as the coconut matures. May ano na po kayo kung ano dapat yung stage of maturity?
Ay, opo, sir. Our coconut is at 10 to 11 months old.
Okay.
Yeah, yun na po, sir, yung identified namin, the optimum age for our coconut. So that really reflects our physiological salt in the body in terms of calcium, magnesium, phosphorus,
Apo.
potassium po, the level of the minerals. Because as that is the study of Philmec. So prior to the development of the technology, Philmec has exhaustively analyzed the composition of the coconut water, and they found out that the 10 to 11 months old is the best or the healthiest stage of coconut. That is also into copra and VCO
Okay.
processing po. So isang months na lang, laing na po ang tawag natin.
Opo. So maganda po yun para sa standardization ng product.
Yeah, yes, sir,
Tinaitanong
yes,
ko
sir.
po. No?
Apo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much po. Thank you very much po.
Thank you very much to Professor Julieta Casaul of the Central Bicol State University of Agriculture with the technology Cocoa Water. Before we continue with more pitches, let's all take a well-deserved break because lunch is already served. Please use this time not only to enjoy your meal, but also to network, connect, and exchange. We will see you back shortly for the continuation of our technology pitching. We will resume at 1:30 p.m. Thank you very much.
In the heartland of the Philippines lies the illustrious Bicol region, where the fiery grandeur of Mayon volcano dominates the landscape. In a historic alliance forged back in June 1979, this region committed itself to the advancement of knowledge and innovation by establishing the Bicol Agricultural Research Center, a cornerstone of the National Research Network. Over the decades, this partnership grew into what is now the Bicol Consortium for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, BICAR. As part of the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, BICARD represents the Council's mission and vision at the regional level. It integrates expertise, research, and innovation to advance agriculture, fisheries, and natural resources, supporting sustainable development in the Bicol region. For 28 years, the Camarines Sur State Agricultural College, now known as the Central Bicol State University of Agriculture, served as the host institution of BICARD, guiding its development and strengthening its impact. Today, BICARD begins a new chapter as it establishes its new home at Bicol University. BICARD's work is strengthened through the collaboration of its 22 consortium member institutions: Agricultural Training Institute, Ateneo de Naga University, Bicol University, Bicol State College of Applied Science and Technology, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources 5, Camarines Norte State College, Camarines Sur Polytechnic College, Catanduanes State University, Department of Agriculture Regional Field Office 5, Department of Agriculture Bureau of Agricultural Research, Department of Science and Technology 5, Department of Trade and Industry Region 5, Dr. Emilio B. Espinosa Sr. Memorial State College of Agriculture and Technology, Department of Economy, Planning and Development, Partido State University, Philippine Coconut Authority Albay Research Center, Central Bicol State University of Agriculture, Philippine Fiber Industry Development Authority 5, Provincial Government of Albay, PhilRice Bicol, Sorsogon State University, and University of Santo Tomas Legazpi. With unwavering dedication, BICARD pledges to uphold its tradition of excellence and spearhead groundbreaking advancements in agricultural, aquatic, and natural resource research in the Philippines beyond. With a vision to be a dynamic leader in science, technology, and innovation for an inclusive and resilient Bicol region, BICARD's mission is to institutionalize and promote integrated S&T supportive to the regional and national development. Its goals are for the consortium member institutions to collaboratively engage in interdisciplinary research, development, and innovation responsive to sustainable regional development. Meanwhile, BICARD's programs are integrated and complementary R&D programs, technology transfer, and commercialization's mechanism catalytic to the market development and globally competitive industries. Integrated capability building supportive to the regional S&T agenda, and policy advocate for S&T development and utilization of AANR sector development. At the core of BICARD's mission is the Regional Symposium on Research and Development Highlights, an annual activity that provides a platform for presenting, evaluating, and recognizing the latest research and extension outputs of its consortium member institutions. Fiesta, Farm and Industry Encounters through the S&T agenda demonstrates BICARD's commitment to innovation with the support of BICARD and other partner consortia. This platform strengthens micro, small, and medium enterprises in agriculture, fisheries, and natural resources by promoting the adoption of science and technology, enhancing their competitiveness, and supporting sustainable growth. The Regional Research and Development Coordinating Council oversees initiatives in agriculture, fisheries, forestry, and natural resource management to strengthen research and development in the Bicol region. It is led by the RRDCC chairperson and vice chairperson, together with a consortium director and deputy director. The implementation of BICARD's programs is carried out by regional cluster coordinators who manage key areas such as research and development, technology transfer, science communication, and information and communication technology. All these efforts are coordinated and supported by the BICARD Secretariat. Through strong leadership and collaboration, BICARD CARD continues to play a vital role in advancing research and development in the Bicol region. In response to the growing demand for research-based solutions, it remains committed to strengthening the region's research, development,